I'm Starborn. Remember, to be a star, you have to shine your own light, follow your own path, and not be afraid of the darkness, because that's when stars shine brightest. If you've been looking at our website, starborninstitute.org, you would already know that the title of tonight's show is A Better Way. And that is what we're all going to have to concentrate on, finding a better way in the next week. And we're going to get a lot of help, because tomorrow there is a solar eclipse at 29 degrees of Pisces. And Pisces is the sign of the two fish that are swimming around in a circle. And that is why we call Pisces a double-bodied, mutable sign. They are very adaptable people. They can see someone else's point of view. And yet Pisces rules some conditions that are either or. You can be going along a path that is self-destructive, such as with alcoholism, drug addiction, or sexual promiscuity, or you can be rising to your highest good, wanting to do the best for the world, particularly as far as charity and forgiveness goes, because that's what Pisces rules too. Pisces also rules escape. And this is a time when a lot of people may want to escape from some sort of confinement. Pisces actually rules jails and prisons and sanitariums and hospitals and even concentration camps. But the kind of escape that I think you may want to initiate right now in order to find a better way for greater happiness and for fulfillment in your life is that you may want to escape a stagnant situation. It might be at work, or it could be some sort of routine relationship that has really lost its thrill and is going nowhere. And so you may be thinking that you want to escape that and rise to your highest good and try something else. Pisces rules everything that's underground, particularly liquids that are underground, since it is a water sign, and all the water signs rule healing. So Pisces rules the oil and gas industry, but it also rules the pharmaceutical field. And so, you know, if there's some miracle breakthrough as far as the drug industry goes that can help cure illnesses or treat illnesses and promote recovery, that is certainly possible under this solar eclipse as well. So people can want to find a better way to go ahead and be happier in their lives. And that's very important, because when a planet is at the 29th degree of a sign, that means there isn't any more room to move. It means you've got to make up your mind, because you don't have any extra time or any other choices. So if you can dedicate yourself to finding a better way now, and a better way might mean following a dream of yours, making it come true. It doesn't matter how long it takes, it just matters that that's what you do. Perhaps for another 10 or 15 years, the whole time that Neptune is in Pisces, because there are 4 planets in water signs right now, but they're only in one water sign. The Sun, the Moon, Neptune, the ruler of Pisces, and Mercury are all in Pisces right now. So they certainly are supporting healing, which can be going on behind the scenes. Pisces also rules hidden enemies, and it does rule deception, and it rules photography, so it rules the illusion of things as well. This is certainly a time, because the solar eclipse is at the 29th degree of fate, when nothing can remain hidden, when secrets will be discovered. It doesn't mean they're all going to be discovered tomorrow, but it means that they will be unearthed and they will be exposed. So I hope you're not trying to hide anything, particularly not from yourself, because Pisces also rules our own self-doubts and fears. And you can't really run away from those anymore or escape them. So I think you will have to face them instead. And there is a major planet that has now changed signs, and that means we're going to have to focus on practical reality as a way to make our lives better. And that is because Venus now has gone from Aries into Taurus, the sign that it rules. It also rules Libra. And so it's at home in the sign it rules, and it is beautifully trining Pluto in Capricorn, which rules management or authority figures in large corporations or government agencies that make policies and rules and regulations. since Taurus rules investment and Capricorn rules long-term security, those things are highly favored right now, particularly after some sort of careful accounting, because both planets are trining the sign of Virgo, which does rule accounting and service to others. So if you're thinking of finding a better way to make money, I think you might be able to do that as long as you're willing to work really hard. And this is a very good time to buy or sell an investment, because if you've already made an investment, it certainly could be gaining in value, and you may as well take a little profit from that, which would be great. And as well, there are 4 planets in the fire signs, and they are all trining each other. And so Jupiter in Leo, which is retrograde now, is trining Saturn in Sagittarius, but that's also retrograde. And together, those 2 planets are trining 2 more in Aries, and they are Mars and Uranus. Mars rules Aries. It's the dominant planet right now, and coupled with Uranus, which rules sudden change and rebellion, there could be lightning strikes or sudden surprises anywhere in the world. And yet, if you wanted to make a new beginning right now, you certainly would have the energy to do it, but you wouldn't have the solid backing that you had before. And the reason why is that, yes, Jupiter and Saturn are still trining the sign of Aries, but they are retrograde, and that means they're going backward on their orbit. So people can be having second thoughts about leadership, or they can be doubting somebody's qualifications right now. So it may be a little harder to make a new start, but you certainly could have a lot of enthusiasm for that as well. And since Jupiter and Saturn are both trining each other, even though they're retrograde, it simply means that emerging leaders, as typified by Leo, which rules leadership, are being backed by people who have a lot of experience and wisdom, and so they can be serving as mentors or guides to emerging leaders who may be involved in making new starts right now. And so that's good. That implies an element of teamwork, and that can help make people find a better way as well. All right, what does this mean to all 12 of the sun signs? Well, Aries, for you, I think that you are going to need to make a new start, and you can be in a real rush to escape something. Why? Because right behind your sun sign, Aries, are those 4 planets in Pisces: the Sun, Moon, Neptune, and Mercury. And so there's a lot of talk or a lot of chatter about you, Aries, behind the scenes. And so if you've been trying to hide anything, it is absolutely impossible to do that anymore. And so the talk can be about seeing you a little bit more fully. Maybe people are appreciating you more, Aries. Or it can be that if you've sort of gone a little bit too far, if you've been a little bit too dominant and assertive lately, people could be wondering if you are really qualified for some sort of teamwork effort, because you may have been a little bit too strident. And so this is a time when, if you want to escape some sort of confinement in a stagnant situation, you do have the energy to do it, and you may have a lot of motivation to move on right now. And one of the motivations could be money, Aries, and that is because Pluto in Capricorn is squaring Mars and Uranus in your sign, and Pluto and Mars are the rulers of Scorpio. When they're in harsh aspect, that indicates there isn't going to be any more money. And that is why, if you were going to move in a new direction, this is the time when you really should get on it, Aries, if you can. That would help you find a better way to be happy. Okay, what does it mean to a Taurus? Well, Taurus, remember I said, lucky you, Venus, your own ruler, has now moved into your sun sign, and it is being beautifully trined by Pluto in Capricorn. And so since Venus rules love, Taurus, I'll bet you've got that on your mind. And you could be a little bit happier now. One of the things that could be making you happy is the fact that there could be more money around. You may be sprucing something up in order to make an investment more valuable, and you may be preparing to sell something. You're going to get a real good price on it if you sell it right about now, Taurus. And also, your long-term retirement funds could be gaining in value as well. So that could be good news for you, because after some sort of careful accounting, you may be able to afford something a little bit pricey that you've got your eye on, Taurus. Or it may be that you're just in a position now to provide well for your loved ones, and that would make you very happy since your sign is the sign of the good provider. So I think you are going to find a better way to make yourself and your loved ones happy right now, Taurus. And it sure has something to do with money. And so I think it's sort of headed your way. Lucky you. Okay, what does it mean to a Gemini? Well, Gemini, there are no planets in any of the air signs. And that means there's no fortification among the air signs. There's nothing really backing you up right now, Gemini. And on top of that, the sun, new moon under tomorrow's solar eclipse, and Neptune and Mercury, your own ruler, are all squaring your sun sign, and Saturn, which is now retrograde in Sagittarius, is opposing your sun sign. You really don't have any room to move in a current situation, Gemini. And also, this may not be the time for you to be involved in the gossip or the chit-chat that is around you. And the reason why that wouldn't be a good idea is because those planets in Pisces can indicate that secrets are going to be revealed. You wouldn't want any of your secrets to be revealed, but they might be right now, Gemini. And also there can be people that can be very, very deceptive. They can be saying things sort of in the rumor mill that are not flattering to you. And that is why you sort of need to stay away from joining others right now in a current situation. On the other hand, though, you could be thinking about making plans for your future. There's nothing wrong with making plans as long as you don't tell anybody about them, Gemini. So I would say you need to do a little preparatory work toward making a change that would find a better way for you to make yourself happy, and you can do that. So concentrate on your future and really stay out of the chit-chat or the rumors that are flying around right now, Gemini. If you even repeated a rumor, I think it could reflect poorly on you right now, and that is why you've got to be as quiet as you can. And remember that secrets will be revealed. So if you've been trying to hide anything, I don't think that's going to work, and that is why you need to sort of keep a low profile this week. Okay, what does it mean to a Cancer? Well, Cancer, this is certainly a time when I think that you benefit from the solar eclipse in Pisces, because all 4 planets in Pisces do trine your sun, Cancer, which is wonderful. Remember, the water signs are healing. And since Pisces also rules charity and forgiveness and the ability to sort of get over things, I think that it is possible from the grand trine in and solar eclipse in Pisces to your own sun, that there is a chance for you now to heal, Cancer, from some sort of pain in your heart, from some sort of heartache. And that heartache could have been generated by the loss of a loved one or a child or somebody moving on, and that could have occurred recently, certainly within the last year. And so I think there is the possibility that you can get over that. But how? I think by rising above that and being good and charitable to somebody else that needs your love and help. And so by helping someone else, perhaps a younger person, and that is because Mercury is in Pisces, and Mercury rules Gemini, which rules youth. And Gemini is right behind your sun sign. I think by helping somebody, perhaps who is younger, do something that makes them feel good, your heart will heal. And so this is a time when you can certainly benefit from that solar eclipse in small ways by giving love to others. And in doing that, your heart will reopen from its ache, and that will heal you. However, you need to still be on the lookout for very strident people, because Mars and Uranus in Aries are squaring your sun, and Pluto in Capricorn is opposing your sun. So I do not think that business matters, or certainly something that has to do with somebody who wants it all their own way. I don't think that's going to go over very well with you, and you can be somewhat disappointed by a new start that you thought may have been getting off the ground, but I think now it will not. And that is why you need to concentrate a little bit more just on your own feelings and on healing your heart, which you can certainly do by helping others. Okay, what does it mean to a Leo? Well, Leo, This is certainly a time when I think that you can be mulling something over and thinking about it a little bit more in preparation for finding a better way to improve your life, Leo. And so I think that's on the agenda in April. And you may still be wondering if you can afford something, or you may be wondering if you're really ready to step into a leadership role. But I would say that is because Jupiter is retrograde in your sign. However, Saturn, which is also retrograde right now in Sagittarius, is trining that Jupiter, and that means that you have people around with more experience who really are wanting to back you, who really do appreciate you and believe in you. So even though they can be a little stalled at the moment and you can be a little doubtful at the moment, I think all of that is going to eventually come together. And you do need to find a better way to afford things in life. And that is because there could be some bills or certainly higher taxes right now that is creating sort of financial headaches for you, and you need to get over that first. But don't worry, things are going to turn around and you are going to surge forward in April, which is wonderful. So this solar eclipse is a gentle reminder that you too do not have to go at full thrust right now, Leo, but you do have to think a lot more about what will make you happy and what you can afford. And so this can be a time of introspection when you are really mulling something over, because you will find a better way, Leo, and you will find a way to rise, and you will have some pretty staunch help behind you. And so I think there is something solid coming your way. It's just that for right now, I think you still need to try to put all the pieces together. If you jump in real quickly to a new beginning, you could regret it. And the reason why is I don't think you have your finances all in place right now. And that's what you need to work on. Okay, what does it mean to a Virgo? Well, Virgo, this is a time when I think you just have to sort of stand back and be real quiet, because there are things going on in your current situation that you just don't know anything about because they're being kept from you, or they have been kept from you. However, that solar eclipse in Pisces with the Sun, Moon, Mercury, and Neptune all opposing your Sun right now means that other people could have been having their own agendas a little bit quietly, wanting to do whatever they think is going to benefit them, and they may have been leaving you out of the conversation. That doesn't matter. All of that will be exposed in time. You don't have to worry about what you don't know, Virgo, because lucky you, Venus has just changed and gone into Taurus and is trining your Sun, which means love could be headed your way, Virgo. And I'm quite sure good money is headed your way. So you can be looking at a promotion, or you can be looking at a nice investment that you own, but somebody could offer you a lot more money for it. So that's great. And Pluto in Capricorn is also trining your Sun. So this is a stellar time for you to concentrate on your career and your investments and your long-term security, because they are certainly aspected to increase right now. Lucky you. Okay, what does it mean to a Libra? Well, Libra, this is a time when you need to sort of keep a low profile as well, because remember I said there are no planets in the air signs, so there's nothing fortifying your sign. And Mars and Uranus in Aries are still opposing your Sun sign, meaning somebody can want to dominate. They can have an arrogant attitude. They can want to do things all their own way, or they could be rebellious and extremely unstable. Do you want somebody like that in your life, Libra? I hope not, because that is the exact opposite of the way you like to live. You like peace and quiet and to have everything harmonious. So you need to just stick to your own plans right now, and you can be thinking about future plans and you can be finding a better way to make yourself happy. And of course you can be looking for partnerships, since that's what your sign rules. And that is possible in the future, but you have to get yourself ready first, Libra. And so this is a good time for you just to be working on some sort of self-improvement, or on asking yourself what kind of partner would really make you happy. And if you get that answered, then you're going to be ready to find a better way to go forward in your life. And that will be good, because there's going to be a lunar eclipse in 2 weeks in your sign. So there will be change for you. Right now is when you should get ready for it. Okay, what does it mean to a Scorpio? Well, Scorpio, This is certainly a time when you benefit greatly from those 4 planets in Pisces, which are all trining your sun. Lucky you. So the Sun, Moon, Neptune, and Mercury are trining your sun sign, and that simply means that there is a way for you to make a dream come true, Scorpio. There certainly is a way for you to better your life or to help others better theirs. You may do it in quiet ways, and that is because Scorpio rules psychology. Once you figure out the psychology behind something, you really can improve it, Scorpio. So you may have 2 wishes come true this year. Remember, Pisces is a double-bodied sign, and one of them is certainly going to involve a dream, and it could be a dream for the long haul, something that you've been dreaming about all of your life. And the other one can be something that really can help find a better way to improve the world. And I think you're going to get both of them this year, Scorpio. So look behind the scenes. And also, there are no secrets that can be kept anymore. So you could be in a position to administer justice once the truth is known. And don't worry, it will come out. Okay, what does it mean to a Sagittarius? Well, Sagittarius, you really have to look before you leap and be very, very careful right now. In fact, I wouldn't do any leaping at all this week, Sagittarius, even though there are 4 planets in the fire signs. And the reason why is that Saturn is retrograde in your sign. It's trining Jupiter, and Jupiter is also retrograde. You can be having your doubts about somebody who wants to make a new start because maybe they're not really qualified. Maybe they have just been dominating, or maybe they have been grabbing something, but that doesn't mean that they have a plan to keep it, and they certainly won't have the money to sustain it. And so you could be having your doubts right now. And that solar eclipse tomorrow with all 4 planets in Pisces squares your sun, Sagittarius. And that means you got to quit kidding yourself about something, because you need to find a better way to live a normal life. And that means without the real highs or the real lows, something that is more middle of the road. So yours is a restless sign, but you need to settle down, Sagittarius. And now is the time when you can get a little more extra time to do that, because even though some secret is going to be revealed, either about you or somebody that is pretty close to you, I think that this is a time when if you're really, really still, you can handle it better. And that is why I urge you not to do anything too quickly this week if you can. Take it slow. Okay, what does it mean to a Capricorn? Well, Capricorn, this is a time when love can certainly be headed your way, Capricorn. You could say you're not even looking for it, but it still could be headed your way because Venus in Taurus is trining your sun. And if nothing else, a very nice partner who is very financially stable can be headed your way. Or there is the possibility that you'll have the opportunity to make a good investment, or it can simply be that you yourself get promoted, or that you find you can afford something after some sort of careful accounting. So this solar eclipse in Pisces sextiles your sun. That means there is going to be a way to make your life better, Capricorn, and it doesn't have to be all cut and dried. There could be love just sort of stealing into your heart right now. It could be love for others, or it could be that someone else has love for you. And that is why I'd slow down a little bit, Capricorn, and enjoy a very good time, and enjoy having the money to pay for it as well. Good luck. Okay, what does it mean to an Aquarian? Well, Aquarius, this is certainly a time when I think you're going to have to go solo on something. And by that, I mean you can see with a lot of light under tomorrow's solar eclipse right ahead of you that there is a possibility to find a better way to do something. But the reason why I think you're going to have to go solo is because there are no planets in the air signs. And that means you're going to have to reach out. You're going to have to go to others. You should even just think about volunteering for something. It could turn out to represent the chance of a lifetime for you, Aquarius. And so, you know, it's that doors will open, but you're going to have to get out there and sort of get your feet wet and test things. And that is the way you can heal as well, Aquarius, from some sort of disappointment that you've had this year. So I would say even if you're going solo, as long as you're out there and you're looking around for other people who can be pleasant companions or a way to help others, I think that that will help you find a better way as well. Okay, what does it mean to a Pisces? Well, Pisces, this is the solar eclipse of your lifetime, and that is because it is at the fateful 29th degree, and it has your ruler in your sign along with the sun and moon and Mercury, the planet of the mind and of communication. So you certainly can be having very creative thoughts right now. But remember, Pisces is an either-or sign. Either you're going to jump off the deep end and be completely impractical and try to escape your doubts and fears and run away from them, or else you can turn around and face them and be rather creative right now. Certainly in the next 10 to 15 years, you can find a way to heal others, because yours is a healing sign, and it would involve charity and forgiveness as well. And so you can rise to your highest good, Pisces, even if you're only taking one small step at a time, and even if you end up doing something that you thought was just mundane and you end up loving it, that could lead to some sort of miracle in your lifetime. So don't worry, Pisces, you're on the right road now, and you can accomplish something even if it takes the rest of your life to do it. But I think particularly in the next 10 or 15 years, you may be instrumental in performing some sort of miracle. And that will certainly be what you're born for, Pisces, so good luck. All right, thanks so much for tuning in. Remember, you can see the show anytime you want on our website, starborninstitute.org, where you can subscribe. Bye.